and fired directly into Kaiju's eye. However, this didn't even hurt Kaiju. On the contrary, he became even more angry, and Kaiju moved forward to crush them both. But at that very moment, Rolly and Mako arrived with their Jaeger, and since Marshall had no other option, he had to make Mako Rolly's co-pilot. Upon arriving, Rolly and Mako first ripped the organ that emitted electromagnetic pulses from the Kaiju's back and began punching him. Then, the Kaiju picked up the other Kaiju and threw it onto the seaport, attacking it like an animal. Rolly and Mako then picked up containers at the seaport, hitting the Kaiju on both ears. They then repeatedly attacked the Kaiju with a plasma cannon, blowing it to pieces. The Kaiju was killed. Meanwhile, the other Kaiju, searching for Newton, had reached the bunker. With a single blow, he tore a hole in the bunker's roof. It was now impossible for Newton to escape. The Kaiju stuck his long tongue in to grab Newton. But just then, Rolly and Mako arrived. Seeing this, the Kaiju abandoned Newton and ran towards them. Rolly and Mako had brought a large ship with them. They rescued the other pilots from that ship. They beat the Kaiju like a rag, but then the Kaiju attacked them with its tail, knocking them away. The Kaiju then grabbed them in its claws and spread its massive wings, soaring into the sky. The Kaiju, carrying Rolly and Mako's Jaeger, began to escape Earth's atmosphere, causing Jaeger to run out of oxygen. Then Rolly and Mako snatched a sword from Jaeger's hand and slashed the Kaiju's stomach, freeing them from the Kaiju's claws. They began falling wildly towards the ground with Jaeger. Falling from such a height was certain, but Rolly and Mako activated the rocket thruster on Jaeger's chest, slowing their fall, and they landed safely. Marshall was delighted with Rolly and Mako's bravery. Marshall then set about planning to blow up the alien's portal. Meanwhile, Newton, fearing for his own life, returned to Chow and this time threatened him and demanded that he take the Kaiju's brain. On being asked, Chow brought Newton along with him to the dead body of the Kaiju that had fallen from above and died. His team had entered inside the body to extract the internal organs of the Kaiju, but unfortunately, the Kaiju had suffered brain damage. Suddenly, the team heard a sound like a heartbeat inside the Kaiju, hearing which they all got scared. Newton also heard that sound on the walkie-talkie. Hearing that